Yay. All right, everyone. Welcome to CEO Days. You know how we roll. We believe in starting on time, so I want to honor everyone who showed up on time. Thank you, thank you. We are going to start CEO Days with just a brief introduction about business on a mission. Let me wait for Morgan to jump in. Business on a mission, and the purpose of a mission really is the mission of a mission is to create understanding and to most importantly create connection. So I firmly believe that when we are connecting and we're intentionally connecting in a way that makes people feel belonging and makes people feel like they're in the right place, they're supporting the right business in alignment, our mission really does that. So business on a mission, I'm just really excited to like, this is one of my favorite CEO days to guide people through and to teach and to just be present with you all, because it's really about uncovering your why. Maybe you have a why in your business, but it's also just to go deeper and to update it, create it, and just really demonstrate how your business helps people in the world, how it really truly makes it a better place. My business is actually legally set up as a benefit corporation here in Illinois. And it is because I so truly believe that the majority of what I do in my business is to give back. It is to create abundance, and it is to create an ability to help others. Where did Morgan go? Oh,
Hey, sorry.
there you go. Oh, there you go. Yes. Hello.
Hey, I got stuck at the office and my book is at home, so I didn't know if you have like a PDF copy. I know,
Yeah, I'll
or
send
do
it.
I log into like the LinkedIn group? Like, where should I access that if I just to print out this month's?
This is that's an amazing question that's never really been brought up, but I'll send you the PDF right now because Morgan is
Okay,
a member. Morgan gets access to whatever, whenever, as he needs it. So it's perfect.
thank
So
you.
I will give that to you right now and just make sure that you, okay. So everyone, we get started on creating a intention for the day. So when you are on page 2, I want you to really think about what you're here for. What do you want to spend the next 2 hours focusing on? And it's just so great to be able to write that down and have it front and center before you ever enter a room. Like if you go into a meeting or if you just sit down and work, like what is your intention for what you want to get out of this time together? Write that down. And then underneath it, what is currently true about your business's mission as it is today? So it could be, I don't have one, right? It's true that I'm figuring it out. It's true that I need to update it. It is true that my business mission has really served me over the years and it's guided me. Just jot down a brief, like, what is your relationship with a business mission right now in your world? Okay. So I'm going to give you guys just a minute to do that. We're welcoming so many great faces in here. Hello, hello. And if you feel like you're ready to go onto our brain dump, I always encourage people use the brain dump time on page 3. As soon as you get your intention down from page 2, we're going to just jump right into our brain dump as well and start thinking about what's in our mind. What do we need to release? What do we need to write down in our brain dump? So let's just spend another minute or two on our intentions. And then,
Interesting truth for you, Dana. Sometimes I write down my intention and then I do my brain dump and then I get a different intention.
oh my gosh. So maybe a brain dump is good to start with and then do your intention from there. But you know what? It's true.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't see that PDF.
Did it not come through? Okay, thanks for letting me know. I sent it to,
Or maybe it went to my personal email.
no, the LR one, sir. Is that old?
I still have access to that, I think.
Let me know which one you want me to send it to. I don't know if I have another one for you on my email,
Do you
but
have the LR Windsor one?
yeah, that's the one I sent it to.
Weird, okay. Why is that come through?
Or message me in the chat and then I can send it to a different one.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And I'll just pop it over to you. Awesome. So this is your time, folks. What do you want to use this space for? Beautiful. All right. If you feel like you need to share your intention, I'd love for you to throw it in the chat. Like my intention for today is to get inspired maybe, or maybe it's to get more clear. Maybe it's to write a badass mission statement. Because that would be a cool one, right? Get really pumped up about it. Share it in the chat with us if you see fit.
Thanks, Dana. I'm just printing that off. I'll be right back.
Amazing. I'm so glad I got to you.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you again.
Need to make a note about that.
Nope.
Imposter syndrome, Laura. That's a big one. Mary says, yeah, if you figure it out, tell me. I was literally just explaining to people last week about my imposter syndrome as well. Kira's post, another one, somebody in our group here, she made a post and I was like, I have a degree in this. I've been doing this for over 13 years. I've been hired by so many people. I've had so many reviews and I still have imposter syndrome. It's nuts. It's pretty phenomenal what our brains put in our.
I was invited to do something that's like 2 steps out of my comfort zone, but the second I was invited to do it, it was like 25 steps out of my comfort zone.
Yes. It's, my gosh, breathe. It's crazy. It's so prevalent in us entrepreneurial world. And I have so much to share with you about this today, as it pertains to small businesses and all these things. So we'll get into it for sure. So that's a good one. I'm glad that you brought that up, Laura. And then welcome guides completed, Danielle. That's awesome. Okay, beautiful. All right, so we are still cruising, friends. How are we doing on our brain dump? We need another minute or two. Yeah, keep going then. Don't let me cut you short. For another minute or two. So being in the Midwest and us predicting an early spring, I'm a little freaked out because I'm like, I have to get so much stuff in gear for the spring weather, and it's getting me a little urgent on getting some things done so then I can finally play outside with the kids. And I'm like, I'm not ready for all this to be like February 6th and be like, yeah, we just spent the last 2 hours outside, and like needing to just organize things, and the things that we come up with in our head that we have to do. But it's pretty cool. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and look at our brain dump list. If you need to keep going as we're chatting and kind of prioritizing, I of course do all this ahead of time. So, you know, I know that you're going to be scrambling to get everything down, but you can always keep going, you know, if we find pockets of time in our workshop today. But just looking at your list, what is really sticking out? And I like Mary's comment there about like, is this going to be changing or altering or enhancing, or maybe like just redirecting your intention for today, knowing that something on your brain dump is a little bit more urgent. So I want you to just kind of take a look at it and say, okay, I acknowledge this. And then on the bottom, you're going to see that there's a space for one thing. Like, what is that one thing on your brain dump list? And for those who don't have the workbook following along on a piece of paper, just kind of circle your one thing, right? What is it that you really want to give attention to if you had time to use for your work sprint time today? Be like, if I can knock this out, this would be game changing for me. Because we are going to have time to work on our business. So one for personal and one for business, and maybe the personal things just like we give it a thought, but we really want to be focused on our business today. Okay, so just circle it. Just let it be known that it's important and it's acknowledged. For me, I'm gonna figure out my tax stuff, like make sure everyone's good for taxes so they don't get held up. It's like, again, things are coming up quick pertaining to the springtime. All right, anyone else? What in your brain dump do you want to share that maybe somebody else in this group may be going through? Ooh, I like that, Jeff. Go from do mode to take a breath and figure out what priority one is. That's a brilliant way to use this time and this space. Love it. Anyone else? What in your brain dump sticks out? Oh my gosh, Jeff, I just noticed you cut your hair. Whoa.
I cut 18 inches off.
My word. Just when we took your brand photos.
I figure it looks exactly the same because it was always pulled back anyway. So
No, that's why it took me a moment to realize it. I'm like, wait a second. 18 inches is such a beautiful contribution back to wherever
exactly.
somebody else's responsibility now, right?
Yep.
I love it. All right, I see Facebook posts, some marketing things. Yes, please. If anyone needs a marketing dashboard, I can drop it in the chat if you want to work on I know, Sarah, you asked for a marketing dashboard. I am the queen of marketing dashboard and organization, so I will send the link in there if anyone wants it. So, all right, perfect. I see some really amazing things we're going to be looking for. And I want us to move forward into our getting clear section. This is where we're going to take an account of the past 30 days in our business. Wins, Mary, celebrations, challenges. You may want to skip back if you remember, or you're returning guest here, to your 30-day plan from January. And I actually did a whole reflection on just that, but then I figured, I'm like, reflecting back on all the things that got done, maybe I took some notes and like how those projects went, how complete did they become from January, when did we meet? 4th to February 6th. But then also there were so many other things in business outside of those tasks and goals that happened that were really amazing. Like I booked a few new members of the marketing group. I got to do this really cool in-person Instagram coaching session that totally was upon request. And I'm like, wow, that was amazing. And I would love to do more of those things. So they weren't even really a goal, but they were things that I got to do that I was really excited about. So what about you? What were some things that came up that felt amazing in your business? Let's go ahead and take a couple minutes to write them down and really think about on page 5, really think about those wins as, what do you really observe happen? Like, how did they come to be? Like, what did you do to make them happen, make them a reality? That's where the power is in your business. So then you can move forward and sustain amazing things happening, is understanding doing this activity equals this result. Being mindful of the actions that you're taking. So it's easier to, move forward and create positive action without having to reinvent the wheel every month every month that goes by. You're like, okay, now how do I make something cool happen? Well, you already know what to do as it's happening in front of your eyes. So let's take that space in the conclusion of what did it take to get those wins? So let's write them all down. All right. What about our challenges? Let's move around to that one. Anyone want to share any wins or challenges?
Yeah, I would.
Hi, Laura. Yes, and then introduce yourself briefly.
I'm Laura Allen. My company is Lahart Group, and it's been in business for more than 3 years. So I shouldn't have imposter syndrome. But one of the things that I encourage myself with is a win is that I successfully studied, prepared, passed the mortgage lending loan officer exam so that I have, some opportunities in my work to go wherever I want to go and actually do loans. And the other thing I did, because I recognize how lacking sometimes I can be in discipline, particularly when it comes to the body. And I understand that when I make my body do certain things, it does transfer spiritually into successes and wins. And
Right.
so it was really important to me that I implement some type of a discipline to get where I want to go. And
Yeah.
so for me, it's breaking everything into bite-sized pieces. So in the past, I've done this. I commit myself to do 8 planks a day. So that's assuming I work 8 hours. I'm going to try to do one every hour. It generally takes me 12 to do 8. But I really was telling myself that I want to be addicted to this. So I'm doing it. This is maybe I'm on day 14 of doing it, and it's not easy. But each time I do it, I speak to myself while I'm doing it with the little breath that I have. And I tell myself, I am strong, I'm powerful, I am successful, I'm a conqueror, I can do all things. I mean, the whole time I talk to myself, then I do, just like 30-second yoga pose, down dog, and relax myself and get up. And then I'm fired up. And it gives me a mental lift. But so it's a win. But the challenge is that like sometimes, I can't it's hard to do the first one, because my body's tired and, all kinds of reasons I can come up with not to do it. So that discipline has been a win for me. And when I feel like I'm failing, I'm not disciplined enough, or when I feel guilty because I took an hour to watch a show on TV and I'm not sitting at my computer, I'm reminding myself that, I am doing something for myself that's both physical and spiritual to help.
What a beautiful way to shift that. Like, yeah, I'm taking a mental break. Don't feel bad at like you needed that. You needed that hour. And it's so easy to beat ourselves up and to tell ourselves we're not enough and we don't do enough and we're not successful enough. We don't make enough money. The list goes on. We don't have enough leads, all the things. But when you take into account the wins that we do in a month, like the amazing ways we contribute to our society, our economy, our workforce, I wanted to just remind you all that there are 33.3 million small businesses in America right now, and 80% of them are solo ventures, right? And to me, that is just mind-blowing with when you share that. Has everyone like totally related to that? Like, yeah, like a little bit of discipline, a little bit of, just moving our body, like all these things, right? You do that, you can do amazing things, but it's so difficult. It's all in our head, right? It's all a level of getting to do something positive for ourselves. And it's so easy to get wrapped up in the negative. So I just think about you all, everyone in this room, and then all the other millions of people out there who are thinking the same way and struggling with the same things. And again, that's why we're here, right? This is exactly why I hold this space, is because if we don't hear these messages, we're all alone. We are all in our own head. And that is why, again, after a first year of small business is created, 20% of them close because of that mental game. So this is just the statistics. These are just the facts. And thank you for sharing that, Laura. And I'm so excited for you. 8 planks is pretty amazing. So congratulations. All right. Anyone else have a challenge or win that we want to just bring up, something that you really think is going to be good to just get out there, right? We all are here with you and for you. What's going on?
I have a win that I can share.
Yeah?
On Saturday, I partnered with a local chiropractor to do a perk for their wellness clients, and it went really well. So that was really good.
Amazing. You're really tapping into your community, Danielle. I love that. You have some great people around you, and I'm noticing that, and I'm loving on you for that, because that's so powerful to be able to have community support, and just people to give you a hug, and to just, again, hug your business with something like that, a great partnership. Beautiful. All right.
Can I share a quick challenge?
Yeah, please, Sarah. I was gonna say challenges now. Anyone?
Yeah, so I'm running into a challenge currently where I did find I opened the marketing dashboard. So I guess I'm wondering, is it a challenge on my end, or is it intended that I can't edit it, that I can't make a copy that I can edit myself?
You have to
Is it just something to like
file-
guide to look at?
no, it's for you just file and then you create your own copy. So
Yeah, I
they-
did that and it said that I still need access.
Oh, okay.
Let me
You
try
shouldn't have
again.
access. You should, if you make a copy, your own virtual copy on your drive, then you should be able to edit it. But let me just make sure. Yeah, you can be a viewer and then you can copy it.
I can make a copy.
Okay,
All right, I'll try again.
sure.
So you
Yeah,
have to open the file and then it won't let you touch it, but then if you go up under file, it should say make a copy.
Yeah.
Oh, is it maybe because I'm under a different email than what you sent it to?
No, it should be any.
No? Okay, let me try again. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So when you're reflecting back on your 30 days, you know, and again, the bottom two quadrants here are about your mission as it stands today, right? Like maybe your win is just like think about why you came here today, not only to work on your business, but again, if you're thinking about your business mission, maybe it's your company's mission, maybe it's a smaller mission that you are deriving from, like, hey, I just have a mission to, you know, open my business and keep it open and serve as many families as I can serve, right? Like, think simple, but where has it really helped you? Like, have you ever thought about your mission and it got you through like a tough situation or a tough sales conversation or something challenging? You know, like think about like, has it really inspired you to start your business and come up with some key foundational principles? You know, if you do not have a business mission, this might be a little challenging for you, but you could share that, like, you know, what do you want it to help you with, right? I want to share with you all something really important, and you probably saw it throughout my marketing to this event, right? Is that consumers are really, really lost nowadays. We have more competition than we've ever had. With the world of social media, we're competing with just time in general, right? Not like the biggest brands in the world are competing against you for their viewers' time. There's so much competition for somebody to buy your stuff by the way that we're readily available to them. And then also there's just so many options and choices. So like, say if you want to feel better in your body, right? We were just talking about that. You can do planks on your own, or you can work with somebody amazing for like a fitness program, or you can hire Deb, right, for some more wellness things, or you can hire Jeff for mindset and breathing and breath work and, you know, all the amazing ways that Jeff supports clients. There's so many different things and ways and offers. So when you're really clear about your mission, it helps people find you and connect to you more than they ever have. And it allows a consumer to be 4 times more likely to purchase from you had they not seen your mission. So think about it that way too. Like, when we really are thinking about our mission and what our why is and how we're putting ourselves out there, where is it supporting you and where is it not supporting you right now? I want us to outline that on this page 5 to just get really clear on what it needs to do for you, right? As it stands today. Does that make sense to everyone? You know? And if it doesn't, like, I can clarify, but I just want to make sure that you're thinking about it as like, what's the use of it, right? How are you going to use it? How are you going to incorporate it? Where is it going to help you? And where do you see it on the right side? Where do you see it not supporting you right now because there's something not quite complete about it, right?
I'm sorry, Dana. I was kind of caught up like trying to figure out this
Yeah, save the marketing
Google
for the
stuff?
work. Yeah, save it for the work sprint time because right now we're going to be focused on the
Yeah, so
yes, no
that's
problem.
what are we doing right now? Sorry.
That's okay. So we're just reflecting on wins and challenges, and then where has your mission helped you and where do you find it's not really working well for you? So where do you feel like it could improve? So where is it helping you and where does it not improve? And if you don't have currently like a mission for your business, you can reflect on what you want it to help you with and where you think, you know, what you want it to do. Kind of just to create an intention about it. That makes sense.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So I wanted to just be really practical that when you have it, you know where to put it, you know how to use it, you know how to embed it back into your business. So like for me, my mission truly guides my marketing in every single post because it go back to it as a way to really remind myself, why am I helping these people? Why am I doing this? Why do I care so much about offering this thing? That's really important because if I start just talking about all these other crazy topics, I'm going way far away from like what I'm trying to do. And then I end up offering a bunch of stuff I don't really need to offer. Okay. And then maybe if it's not really clear, like if your mission has gone awry, like maybe you're not really touching the right people that you need to touch. Like you need to get more specific on who you're helping, or you need to drop back to your goals a bit more because your mission is supporting something that you're totally not focused on anymore. Like my mission is to help small businesses, you know, take their first step. Well, I'm already way past that now. I help businesses stay in business, right? So this is just an example. Right. All right. Um, who is feeling really clear about what happened last month and what they want to get out of this month? Who's feeling a little bit more clear after this reflection? Yeah, Morgan.
Did you want me to share any context on that or no?
Yeah, do you have anything to share?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, one of my wins or wins like have far more prospective clients and introductory meetings than I've ever had. So
Woo!
great start. Yeah. So actually, my conclusion was like, just do what you're supposed to do and trust that it'll work. And it's been asking for introductions from, you know, my target client base, and clients that, you know, are my top like 20%. And really already just growing, the areas of my practice that I want to be part of. One of the challenges like around the mission was it's a little bit too vague of who I'm helping and how I'm helping them. So that has kept me flexible, but like you mentioned, it's holding me back because I'm sometimes trying to do too many things for too many people.
Right.
That I need to kind of be a little bit more focused on the individuals who I'm helping and then in what manner, like how I am helping them. So, you know, rather than, you know, my mission is to help people achieve their financial goals and live the life that they hope to live, it needs to be a little bit more targeted of, I need to help X type of, you know, profitable clients that want to work for it with an advisor and want to change the trajectory of their financial lives
Yeah,
through financial planning and investment management.
you're
something
already
like
a whole step ahead of us now. Oh, you're like revised it awesome.
Yeah, sorry, that's one of my, yeah.
No, but that's exactly where I want your head to be at. Like, what do I need to do? Like, where is it not working? What could it improve on? And then the next section, obviously, we're gonna be finessing it and finalizing it together because that's exactly where I want us to go, is to feel really good about like leaving today feeling like if I said this very, you know, clear and very, very like succinctly, people would be like, oh, got it. I know exactly what you're trying to do. I want to rally that. I want to support it. I want to tell all of my friends and colleagues about it. Oh my gosh. So that's exactly where we need to be. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Beautiful. So clear, so focused. Anyone else feel like they are really clear on maybe just what the heck happened in January and what they want to make out of February? It's so easy to write goal. Like that's when like January 1, it's like we think about all the things we want to do. That's the easy part. It's kind of going from January to February to March and being like, how are we staying on top of all the things that we said we were going to do? And what does it take to get there? And I love how Morgan even said, I just got to do what I said I was going to do. I got to do the things, take the actions, make it happen. All right, let's move on. Let's go ahead. If you have anything else that you want to share about wins and challenges, go ahead and put them in the chat. I'd love to hear from you and support you further. If anyone wants to like talk one-on-one with me too, you're always welcome to do that. You know, if you feel like you have some questions that you need a lot more working through as it pertains to marketing or just mission stuff. But we're going to go ahead and go on to page 6, writing our mission statements. And for those of you who do not have the worksheet, I'm just going to have you write down a couple prompts and then you can kind of follow along as you can. So I'm just going to reiterate again for the people who kind of came in a few minutes after though, and just for everyone to just get refreshed. Our mission statement is so, so important because the biggest thing that we're trying to do is build connection. And when your mission has a mission of creating that connection, we get to explain to the world what your company does, why, and of course, uncover your purpose. There's nothing more amazing and creating that human to human connection than when you can speak from the heart. Why do you care, right? Why do you want to help? Everyone wants to help somebody, but why? Where is it coming from? How do we believe you? How do we trust you? Like, what is it that your business is now doing to be kind of a storefront to your heart? And I want this to feel really, really good. So if you want to take a couple deep breaths, think back to those moments since you started your business and think back to what is it that I truly do for the good on this planet? When I wake up every day, what is what is really the purpose to go to work, to open my computer, to turn on the power button and to start making actions. What's the purpose of it? Again, making money, but if we wanted to make money, we'd all have like a standard job, just right, industrialized, whatever. You know, there's a reason we started this business. We followed the route that we followed. We got the schooling or the education or the credentials or just the background that we had to experience to get to this point where it's saying, you know what, I want to offer this to the world. I see value in this, and I'm going to make this known that this is what I do. Full-time or part-time, this is what I do to support myself financially, to support myself spiritually, emotionally, because we got to be a little happier and we got to feel a little connected to this thing that we're doing, right? And so think about it that way. Like, what is it that we're really doing? So now that you kind of have a vision, right? You got a little bit of an idea of this, jot some things down, maybe on some empty space around here. When you think about the change you want to see in the world, it really is true. Every business does have a mission. It's just a matter of how we share it. So for you is, what do you do to contribute to the good in the world? And if every single person that you needed to support had access to your solution, what would they see? Danielle, everyone would have gorgeous, amazing portraits of themselves that made them feel what? And Deb, you know, people would feel what in their bodies, right? They would feel so good. I mean, like what is it that you do for people in relation to their health and wellness? And I mean, Mark, I can't even imagine the world with how beautiful it would be with you being able to help everyone that you help. I mean, the gorgeous creations that you have. How would that make them feel? How would that make other people feel? What do you truly do in this world? And I say like a little guide, like 2 or 3 phrases or 6 words, just to keep it concise as we're writing it. But if you need to use this space to just kind of elaborate, and then you can circle or highlight your keywords, that would be great. So then we can, our goal is to tighten this down as small as we can, right? We don't want to be word vomiting every time we introduce ourselves or writing our mission on our website. It's supposed to be as short and punchy and like hit to the heart as we can, in as few words as we can. Can we hear a couple examples of what you all do just to support everyone? What is it that you do? Can I call on you, Mary or Rachel?
I help small businesses and nonprofits understand how LinkedIn can be used as a social media platform, but also a community building platform and a connecting platform. And you can use LinkedIn as a way to find your raving fans and have them amplify your statements.
I think the last part is what it is. So you help people find like what they need to how is that better their life? How did, like, sure, that's like I would just say like link, like what if somebody would leave, like exit after working with you, they'd like walk out the door, say if it was an in-person thing, and they would go, look out, open the big doors, and I feel what right now? What emotion would they feel after working with you? What clarity would you bring to them? What kind of experience would they have? Think about it that way.
confidence in themselves to be authentic and not feel, what's that word that we were talking about in earlier? Imposter syndrome.
Yeah. Do you see
Losing
there's a
imposter-
difference of what you do for people? There's so much more that you do for them than show them LinkedIn, right? I'm just pushing you a little bit because I know you can handle it and improve that. But I love that. The confidence in themselves. They're like almost paving a new way to connect and to access what they need to access through this powerful tool. They're creating a new avenue. I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking like they're seeing it, they're feeling it, they're excited about it. So if everyone was on LinkedIn, what would that do for the world, right? If everyone was, or how about this? Everyone's on LinkedIn, but are we really on it? Are we really like using it to its potential?
And nobody is.
Nobody.
And if they were, they would be able to go home and have enough bandwidth to be able to go out and play with their children when it's a sunny February day and not have to grind every single minute.
Okay, that's power. So work with that a little bit more. Like what is like, that's what I wanna, when I look at being on social media, it's not just to do another thing, just to push buttons. It's got to make a decision that makes business sense and time sense and emotional sense for me to invest. Think about if people wanted to give you money, you're standing out from your competitors. What do you need to say in order for people to be like, I need that, right? That's what you're truly helping people do, is be confident into using this tool to change your life for the better. And what does that look like? Very good. All right. Keep working with that. All right. Who else feels that they're making the greatest impact and in what way? Rachel, you're smiling, laughing.
It feels like they're making the greatest impact ever. Like, I feel like I'm all ready to make the greatest impact ever. So that made me laugh. Yeah, so writing down my 2 or 3 phrases has been interesting. Like, because I really do need to redo my mission statement so much. This is awesome timing. Helping businesses change their world for the better. Taking care of what matters most, people, planet, profit, although, I don't know, profits matter to companies, and that's who I work with, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, so, but social impact is so much, and my pitch is even who I'm talking to, so it's like,
Right.
not everybody, it's just complicated, so I
was just
want
gonna
it.
say, like, it's a matter of what is it, kind of like what I said to Mary, when people work with you, talk about what your clients will experience, not what they will provide after your experiences. That's a different thing, because that's what they know, like, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, I want to try to think of a quick example, like, you know, I want to feel good in the fact that I'm hiring somebody to build my house. I'm really bad at like thinking on the spot with like a quick example, but it's just like, you're not thinking about like, okay, say you're a contractor and you're trying to hire a plumber, let's say. You just want the best relationship between the contractor and the plumber. What do they want? They want a great working team. They want transparency. They want somebody they can trust that's not going to not pay them, right? They want a good connection there. They don't really care about as much how shiny the pipes are. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, that's for the homeowner to enjoy. So I think for you too, like, you're a consultant to these businesses, which is like, they know what they need to do, but they need you to do what you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, how does helping them with a social impact plan support what they need? Not so you can do what they should be doing. You know what I mean?
Right. No, that's great. Thank you for flipping it. That makes it.
I can't remember the terrible
Take it-
example, but
take
I'm
it-
like, who's like a
It's not
middleman?
about me, it's about them. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
right. And it's about how they feel working with you with the idea of having this amazing resource of Gear Up. So your impact for the nonprofits is what could change in their world. Like what has changed from Sports Philanthropy Network for Roy? Like how has he felt better because of working with you? Not like what his philanthropy is doing, but like what is he looking for in the short term? Like what can you really do for him? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like getting like to Morgan's point, getting super specific on who you can help right here with like, how can I help you? Like my mission is to support nonprofits to feel empowered about organizing amazing systems and structures so then they can go and do what they need to do to change the world. Like you need to help them get to that point so then they can take it and run with it. Okay, one more. Who else needs a little bit of help?
Well, what I noticed, Dana, was that the successes that I've had nothing to do with my mission statement, really. It was like two different companies. And when we started this exercise, I found myself, it was easy to identify the problem I fixed, but I was struggling with words about what the end result was. So
Mhm.
where I'm at now is giving people the opportunity to live their life with curiosity and wonderment. Because curiosity is the one thing that clients take away. Because they tell me that I'm doing new things, I'm trying that, my
Right.
relationship with my husband and wife is better, whatever, but that they're curious about what's next.
Yes, absolutely.
So I don't think it's punchy enough or short enough, but it's a start, and it ties to the way the business has moved in the last year.
Right. Because it's not about an end result. It's about people finding their way and I mean, I love the name of your business. And I think the mission could support that one step further. Beautiful. I'm gonna read two mission statements that are known from Etsy and Lego. We all know Etsy and we all know Lego if you have ever been a kid or been around kids. So Etsy's mission is to keep human connection at the heart of commerce. To keep human connection at the heart of commerce. And for Lego, their formats are pretty similar, but you definitely don't have to have the same format. So you'll see the similarity here again. To inspire and develop the builders of tomorrow. Lego is to inspire and develop the builders of tomorrow. So you think the builders of tomorrow, today they're kids. To inspire them and to develop them, they're practicing, they're using their imagination. You can, again, these are copywritten, professionally done. Again, don't beat yourself up that you don't have a mission statement as good as Etsy and Etsy and Lego, but it's a guide, right? Like you all know your business more than anyone, and you know your heart more than anyone that you can ever hire or outsource. This is you're all, working for yourselves among yourselves, right? You may have a team, but you're guiding the way. I mean, you really know what you're committed to doing to help people, your greatest gifts. Okay. So on the next portion where it says where you're committed to, what will you do to make this happen for your business? And how do you tie it back to your offering? So, this is where you really get to stand out. So, Lego is saying to inspire and develop. Well, they have really, thought about what they offer people and thought about, well, yes, we can offer you a box of blocks, but what do you do with them? So to Jeff, I like that. I'll give you a workshop for breath work, but what are you going to do with this workshop? What are you going to feel? What are you going to experience? when you come to a breathwork workshop. Those are the things to talk about, and the adjectives and the verbs that you want to be including that feel really, really connected. Natalie, I know you're in here for champagne creations and celebrations. I mean, I can't help but think of the word excitement, and celebration comes with so much already, but like, what does somebody feel, right, when they walk into a space that you've guided and designed and help them create for your business? Your greatest gifts help them feel like they can be throwing the best party of their lives that they could ever even imagine, all designed around them, right? And this is where you really get to stand out, like I said, from your competitors by including what you offer and the way you do it. Okay. All right. As we go on, I really want, to Morgan's point, who are the people that you want to thrive? So if you want to make another point here, and as we go on to page 7, who are the people you really want to help? Rachel was talking about the nonprofits. Think of specifically their positions, the roles, the contact in person that you really want to help. And Lego shares it, the builders of tomorrow. They're really specific in including that in their mission. Etsy didn't. They said to keep human connection at the heart of commerce because they do serve so many people. It's more about their offering that's accessible to all. I know IKEA's mission statement is somewhere around like to keep, affordable and accessible furniture for all people to access sustainability and design. I used to work for IKEA way back when in high school. It was my favorite job in the world. So it was an awesome company with the mission just all throughout. I remember even the recycling program that I learned how to be, conscious of the environment through that job, which is kind of crazy to think how many packages we moved in a weekend, how much shit people bought, but it was still really focused on every single box. Every single way that they package things had to be revolved around accessibility and how do we make this at the lowest price for everyone so we can all get these things. And it's true, from retirement homes to college dorms to everyday people's homes, that they support their mission. So think about the people, like if it's specific, like I know for me, I'm kind of changing a little bit more specific to like parents and caretakers and people who are the solar venturists. Like I think I could support them the most because they are a lot on their own. They're left to their own devices. They may have a team, but they're the ones making the calls for like guiding the teams and leading the teams that they need somebody to push and guide them a little bit more. So I'm like, yeah, you already have a lot on your plate. There's a lot that we can do. So write that down. And then we just have one more box before you get to draft your statement. Okay. So, be specific, I know the 2 that I read as an example were not as specific. They didn't share really where they're going or where they're heading or what the mission, like I think a mission is to also outline like, what is our destination, right? Where are we trying to support people and to what magnitude? So, I know that for me, one of my supporting mission statements is to reduce that 20% close within a year rate down to 10% out of that number. Like as many people as I can impact for new businesses, I want to help keep them in business by just coming to CEO days. That's it. Because if you know what to work on and what to do, and you see what's not working, you go fix it in 30 days or less. To me, it's pretty brilliant and simple. Like you can keep going because you know where to stop the leaks, right? So for me, that's really important, is to reduce these statistics as much as possible to keep people in business. So what about you? Mary, you have a lot to work with numbers. LinkedIn is I know we shared it in the comments section on one of the posts, like only 1% of people are active users on LinkedIn or less, right? Like, what if that was 2% just from working with you? That's hundreds of thousands of, potentially like new people impacted from just that little switch in a number, but it's a huge job, right? To get from 1% to 2% active users. When you think of billions of people. Yes, Mary. Hold on, are you muted?
I
Yeah.
was talking to a person that he previously did writing,
Writing.
content marketing
Yeah. mhm.
people. And he had a Google page. When he moved on to LinkedIn, he found out that he was getting more clients, but they were also paying him more.
Hmm,
So what if every single person had every single client paying them 30% more?
right. What if? Yeah, definitely. And again, we know that the small businesses far outweigh any other like large corporations, but the large corporations get all the headlines, right? Small businesses run the entire country, like we totally do. And if we really all optimize LinkedIn as we can, that's even better. So I love it. All right. For you all, let's go ahead and just take 5 minutes. This is a start. I wanted to just support you with some examples and guidance, but I want you all to maybe work on this on your work sprint a little bit too, like if you needed to finesse it. But go ahead and draft your first mission statement, right? You can do something as simple as Etsy and Lego, right? Etsy is to keep human connection at the heart of commerce, or Lego is to inspire and develop the builders of tomorrow. They're short and sweet. They talk about what they do and who they serve. Maybe yours is as simple as that as well. Okay, so just spend a couple minutes writing your mission statement drafts. I put a little version 1 and a version 2 so you don't feel like you have to keep scratching everything out and making your page ugly. So you have another minute or two. We'll get to our work sprint right after this.
Oh.
Okay, who wants to share one version of theirs? I know you're excited to get it out there. You can be wonky, you can be wiggly, you can be a little unstable in it, but I wanted, let's hear it. Let's get it out there.
I'd like to share.
Okay, Sarah.
Okay, so I'm just reading my mission statement.
Yep.
To bring joy into every aspect of parenting and give families the confidence. That's as far as I've gotten.
I would say to bring, jeez, I don't talk about families and confidence that my floor is not completely destroyed up there. The confidence to move from like stage to stage or like, or to grow in each step with love and patience.
Well,
or-
I had written to commit to a plan and move forward powerfully.
That's a little rigid.
Yeah.
I liked where you were going, and then confidence though in what? Like in seeing what? Because again, I think as a client of yours, it's been like confidence to like move through each milestone or stage or phase in the developing child with a little bit more trust, right? Or Danielle says with each season. I like that, through each season. Yeah, very good. All right, work on that. Who else? And please share in the chat, everyone, who any feedback. Deb, yes. Good to see you. You're muted. Wait, did you mean to mute? Let's go. Did you want to go, Deb? Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you were raising your hand.
Yeah, I can go. It's Laura.
Hi, Laura. Okay, hi. Yes, go ahead.
I mean, I have 3 versions, right? The first one is like, one sentence, the second is 2, and the third is 3. So I'll read the second one.
Okay.
Empowering individuals through a holistic transformation journey in wealth, health, and spirituality is my mission. I achieve this by providing tailored assistance through helping, evaluating, articulating, researching, and teaching, aligning with their unique needs and aspirations.
Hmm.
Helping, evaluating, articulating, research, and teaching is HEART. That's the acronym for my company, La Heart.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. That's like your whole about page is just written right there. That's it. Then you would just book a link to call, right? Get people curious on your website and let them take action. You don't need to explain anything more. That's beautiful. I love that. Definitely something to work with right there. And I like your mission too. It's very, very straightforward to help people move. You said move through transformation. Say that again.
Holistic transformation journey.
Transformation journey. Yeah. Very cool. Okay. Anyone else want to share? Oh, Deb, I don't know if we can hear you. Can anyone else hear Deb? No?
You hear me now?
Yes. Perfect.
Okay, yeah, I have an audio issue. I got that fixed. So, okay, so I got help from ChatGPT. And so this is what I have is our mission is to empower entrepreneurs and professionals to thrive in health, enabling them to pursue their purpose and passions with abundant energy, vitality, and ease for a lifetime.
Right? From ChatGPT, what would you change in order to make it more yours?
Well, I mean, I put mine in.
Okay,
And
it just spit it back out a little bit.
Yeah, no, because I asked it to rewrite it because because I'm not very good with copywriting, so I put my stuff in there.
Perfect. I encourage everyone to use ChatGPT. Some people are like, Dana, what do you think about it? I love it. Or Claude.ai is another tool because it writes things, but you got to input, right? You got to tell it what you want it to do. You can't just say, write me a mission statement about health and wellness. Like the more, like you would almost prompt it saying, I have a mission statement I go through this, helping these people. My greatest impact in the world is this. I bring these gifts to the world, and I want it to sound really amazing for parentpreneurs. And then it'll do its work. but you have to be clear on what, like the input, you have to be clear on your vision of what you want it to be. So I agree. I love that, Deb. Now, was that
Thanks.
surprising to you from like kind of some of the things that you were kind of going through? And I love like the vitality, health, some of those things really stood out. And who is that for specifically? Like, did you mention what your audience is?
Yeah, I said our mission is to empower entrepreneurs and professionals.
Professionals. That's right. Okay. Beautiful.
I don't know, like if there's a way I can put the two into one,
Hmm.
but because I was and am both of those,
Yeah.
that's why I want to help both. But I
Right.
mean, there's commonalities, but I don't know how to the common word to describe that group.
Professionals and entrepreneurs. Is there a certain type of professional or a certain business owner that you specifically want to start targeting working with more of? Like, are they more service providers? Are they more, like, is there some passionate like industry that you want to be more specific on that maybe like the consultants or entrepreneurs or professionals can fit under that umbrella, possibly?
Well, I mean, I came from a corporate,
Mhm.
and I've worked with a number of corporate professionals,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that they could use my help. They
Right.
often put their health in the back burner.
Right.
And then, there's also the entrepreneurs too. So I guess I'm putting the two. I'm saying I'm serving both.
Right.
But it might be a lot. It might be too much, or it's
I
not
would,
specific enough.
yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a problem, not per se, especially if you're using this like, I mean, I'm assuming this is just going to be broadly on your website and maybe when you speak, like you could tailor it to wherever you're going to be placing that message, right? So if you're going to go speak at a certain group, you can be more specific to that audience and vice versa. But I think it's still like that high achieving, go, kind of like people with a passion to dedicate their time into their work and their product, their end result. I mean, they're more working professional people where they
Well,
can't take more time. Like they already are so overwhelmed with the amount of time they spend in their work, they can't imagine adding something more in there. And this is where you can help them make a good plan with it. Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense.
yeah. Well, what about just saying high achiever? And maybe that's the commonality.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
empower high achievers,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
ambitious high achievers.
yeah, I think so.
That might be a way to tie the two together without having to. But then
Right.
it's probably not very specific too.
Um, Again, it doesn't need to be specific to that if you can help that group of people. It's more about like where does it hurt that person? Like the person who's high achieving, who doesn't take time for themselves, you know?
Mhm.
So that's where I would just think that would be appropriate. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Love it. Great job, Deb.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone feeling like this was good? This was helpful? Does everyone have a couple versions that feel pretty amazing? Yeah. Awesome. All right. So I can't wait for all of you, especially members, put them into our LinkedIn group. I want to see your final polished products. That would be awesome. I'm going to share a little bit of mine too, and you can give me feedback too, because we can't do our own brain surgery and it's always good to get a little sounding board. We're going to move on to our getting productive time. Sarah, this is where we all can use our dashboards. If anyone wants to work on their marketing for February, if we want to continue to finesse your mission statement, maybe you want to go as far as putting your mission statement on parts of your LinkedIn and your website. And Mary and I are totally pushing for LinkedIn. So we've done all the plugs for you on getting into that space and your social media. Maybe you want to like tweak some of your messaging and put the mission statement on the footer of your email marketing, whatever it is. I know, Jeff, you're just starting your emails too. Awesome. I'm so excited to hear those. Like whatever you want to use this time for, it is time that you're not working in your business on your client work, on your upcoming projects, on the things that were due yesterday. Sorry, you need to work on your systems, on your business, on your marketing, on the things that you otherwise don't get to work on when you're not doing all the other things for everyone else. So what is it that you're going to be working on? Please share in the chat. And then we are going to be spending about 30 minutes, maybe, yeah, 30 minutes on it. So then we can spend about 5-10 minutes getting our plans for February mapped out. If you want to start getting ahead and work on your 30-day plan, that's also awesome, especially if you've, already been here before and you have the workbook, start to map things out. But let's go ahead and get productive in our work sprint time. Go ahead and please put that in their chat so you have the accountability that when you say you're going to do something, you are going to do it and we're going to get it done, okay? Does anyone have any questions for our work sprint time together right now? No? Okay. Awesome. Let's go ahead and get to work, my friends. Let's see you in about 30 minutes.
Hey, Dana.
I'm here.
First of all, I love the National Day calendar.
Yeah.
That's fun, and I will certainly utilize that for ideas, I imagine. And then second of all, I was able to copy it, and it would like, I had to copy it from the list of all of them rather than from actually being in.
Oh,
So I don't know if that's like a me thing or an everyone thing, but
hmm.
like if I was in the list of all the months, then I could copy from there. But if
Okay.
I tried to copy while it was open, then it said I needed access. And what is on the, after you do your monthly theme broken down into weeks?
Mhm.
What does that mean?
Say your theme for the month is, I'm just pulling something from your mission. Say your theme for the month was something around, wait, you put it in here, didn't you? Want to be really joy. Okay, bringing joy into parenting. Say that's one of your pillars, right? Or you could say like the love, like being more loving toward the process of parenting for February, because it's February and Heart Month and Valentine's and all that. 4 themes, you would just break that down into a little bit more specific. So love for yourself could be week 1. Love for the process of learning could be number 2. Love for your support system and your partner. And then maybe number 4 is like love for love for, then you could just do something simple like love for what kind of love do you receive back, because you've been able to give this much and, accepting.
Okay.
So it's just,
So the theme is kind of like what you're gonna focus on within your marketing for the month.
and then each week it gives you like a little bit more hyper focus on coming up with ideas, right?
Okay, and then the goals should also be related to,
Just marketing. So if your goal is like,
not
hey,
necessarily to the theme.
no, a goal could be,
Okay.
I actually want to post on Instagram 2 times this month, right?
Okay.
0 last month or something. Or a goal could be, like, I know Jeff was going to be kicking off his newsletter. It's like, I want to send out the first newsletter by the end of February. And that's a huge accomplishment for for him. Or-
Okay, I kind of wrote a goal as my theme, so I need to change that.
Yeah. And then I would say also, would I use my theme broken up into weeks? Every single week that I break that theme up in, that's what my Sunday intentions are. And so then I just have that as my core content for the week. And then everything around that social post and everything just support that idea for that week. So then I don't have to really think of too much off the wall stuff. I'm just sticking to one theme. I'm breaking that theme into 4 sub concepts that I want to elaborate on. And then I get to go even further and even deeper into my social posts.
Okay,
I try to think really like simple, high level for my theme. And I do like my themes as like, so every single CEO Days topic is my theme of the month. So I built actually my whole program on my marketing. So like next month, so all of February, I'm going to be talking about community, because community is what the March CEO Days events are. So for you, I would just pick 4 things: joy, the journey of parenting, tools, right? Tools for parents. And then maybe, let's see what confidence could be the 4th one. And then just repeat those every 3 months. That's 12 months right there.
joy, the journey of parenting, tools, and
You said
confidence.
confidence. Yeah. And then you could just create a phrase, right? Like,
So
okay,
those would be the themes for each month, and then just continuing.
Mhm.
Cause people will forget by 4 months from now what I said.
Exactly, exactly. Well,
Okay,
you come up with a different life scenario that you're like, wow, that I could totally break this up even more because of the things I've learned this month. I can come up with more story, right? You have lived experiences, then you can get more like vibrant in your marketing with story marketing because you were able to just at least have a starting point, right? And then I
Yeah.
also like to think about it, like I said, what is going on in the month? In February, people are thinking about love. So then I just say the love and joy of parenting or whatever.
Yeah.
At school, I can think about it by the fall. You can have a whole different set of tools for people going back to school or out of the summer or slowing down for winter or preparing for holidays. It's a whole nother frame of mind that people are in during that season. So
Gotcha. So then are the promotions,
you're just putting a link to your website or a link to your upcoming workshops. That's it. So, and you really just don't want to be promoting 17 things in 1 month, saying, I just want to get 10 amazing families to my upcoming workshop on this date. And all month I'm going to be promoting that thing. Or, so if you have a cycle of toilet learning and sleep or whatever, if you do some of your workshops, that's one promotion. And then another promotion, I would always just keep it general, like, what's your main, like, I'm sure schedule a call with you is going to be always one big key way to move people in.
okay. So then the promotions like are all month kind of thing. And you're just focusing on 2 so that you're not overwhelming yourself or the audience.
Yeah, I mean, if you have an events calendar, just promote the events calendar, like make it 1 link or 2 links. The whole reason is because the more you throw at people, it's like, it's a lot. You want to probably be personally inviting people after you talk with them, be like, hey, and did you know I've got this coming up on this date? Make sure you save the date. You can still put events on your Facebook group, right? Or your Facebook page. You can create events and push those separate, but your overall content of what you're talking about revolves around those main core promotions. And again, the reason you put those in there, so then you don't go all month and be like, oh, wait, I have a week to promote this thing coming up that I knew I had 4 weeks ago, and I totally waited to the last minute. Well, no one's going to be there. So that's why
Yeah.
you put them down. So it gives you the heads up. Hey, I better start getting this thing out there because I need to get, I hate to say the word butts in the seats because it's totally not targeted, but I need to get people aware who need to be there to be aligned and get there and get the message they need. Awesome.
Okay.
You're diving into
Um,
that. It's such a great tool.
yeah, I'm really excited about it because this is like one area of my business that I'm just like not doing, because I don't have the confidence behind it. I don't have the tools.
Yeah.
And what's the daily dose?
So I just worked with a personal trainer client and she does like meet me Monday, tip Tuesday, small wins Wednesday. I mean, she's actually just starting with Mondays and Wednesdays because she's like, this is all I can handle because I am just getting started. And she's actually like twice a week, she's posting on Meet Me Monday and Win Wednesday. And so she gets to then say, okay, for Meet Me Monday on week 1, which is about what the joy of the journey of parenting, she gets to talk about her joy and journey of parenting. It just creates a little like prompt for you, customized prompt. Or-
Okay, so the daily dose is more like social posts rather than like newsletters.
Yeah, or it could.
You don't want to be sending something out daily, do you?
Well, I'm just saying for
people's-
me, every Sunday, I do Sunday Intentions, my newsletter. So on
Oh.
Sundays, I'm talking about intentionality and I'll reference that. It just gives me a little bit more direction, and something fun. I know Mary does you do the, what to post.
What to post is on Monday, and then on Saturdays, I do Saturday sharing.
Saturday
for-
sharing,
for
that's what it
what
was.
I think are the best LinkedIn posts from the week.
Right. So then she just,
Having a day with a topic is it makes
Helpful.
it so easy.
it does. And then you're just like, oh yeah, my topic for this week is this. Now I know what the format is, and people rely on that piece of brilliant content because they see it frequently. They know it by 10 o'clock on Saturday, they're going to get that awesome post and they're going to get that resource. So it's valuable. And it's like getting that subscriber mindset going. So then they rely on you telling them what's up in your world, and people do miss it when you don't do it. Like, wait a second, why didn't I get my sharing Saturday post? Like, where did it go? And it's crazy because Mary, when you post those, I'm like, oh yeah, what should I, and I learn from that. And it's like, I almost start to rely on you for that now. And I know it's subconscious. So it's great. I love it.
Cool, thank you.
Mary, you have to check out my dashboard and see what it's like. Okay, because it's a little complex at first when you like look at it and you're like, "Ugh, there's so many spaces," but the more you just kind of fill it up, be like, oh yeah. And then you do it 2 or 3 times, you're like, I got this. And now my ideas are just pouring out. So Sarah, and it's always like kind of wonky at first. And like, I don't know what the theme is and what to do, but I would just say like for picking your themes, just put like a little Excel sheet or just put on a piece of paper, January, February, March, April, and just put all 4 of those like top areas of like what you truly do, a main keyword, and then just repeat them and be like, okay, I can talk on all 4 of these things 3 times a year. Because that encompasses your whole business, right? Parenting, tools, transitions, and confidence and joy, So awesome. Yeah, keep going. I love the momentum here. Beautiful. Friends, let's get to our 30-day action plan. I know you're really, really focused on what you're doing, but let's just wrap up with some amazing action planning. What are you gonna do the rest of the month of February? Now it says it's 30 days, even though we're just shy of that because we have a short month and then we start our next one, CEO Days, March 4th. So to guide you in this, for those of you who have the workbook, it's pretty straightforward. Goal, due date, immediate next step, whether that's, how will you get started? So it feels like you're breaking down your big goal into like a little teeny mini little toe into it, right? What can you do immediately? And then any asks. This is where you lean into the community, you lean into this group, you lean into your partners and your providers who want to support you. What can you ask of them? I think hearing from you and sharing your goals is really, really important. Especially if you are in community groups. What can you ask more of people to bring you along on your mission? So let's spend a couple minutes on that. Does anyone have any questions on setting their 30-day action plan or just doing about 4 or 5 goals for the month? Okay. Oh, sorry, Mary. You had a question?
When you're ready, I have an ask after everybody else gets done with all their writing.
Beautiful. Yeah, please do. And if anyone has anything they want to ask the group, get ready for it once we're kind of going to close up after we share reflections. Anything that you have going on or want from the group. Okay. All right, who's excited to share one of their goals? I know we're going to be wrapping up soon. And how about we do this? What are some takeaways from today? Sarah, I know you have to get going. Did you find this valuable? Yeah, anything you want to
I
share?
didn't get that. Could you
Ooh.
try again?
Siri thought it was Sarah.
Yeah, I mean, like what I put in the chat, like, I guess it's just, I've definitely experienced some like, I don't know the word I'm thinking and like trying to come up with, but basically just like stoppage. Like where I'm just like not doing anything because I'm not sure what to do. And so having this plan in place is really like inspirational. And I'm not sure how much I'm gonna utilize it, just to be perfectly like honest with myself, but like I do have a goal of posting at least once a week and like I have goals now, right? Which is big for my marketing plan.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Thanks.
People are talking about you. They're happy with you. So keep that going. The follow-ups are working.
Yeah.
When following up with people and texting them and being like, hey, where you at? That stuff's working.
Yeah.
And then stealing a page out of Morgan's book, asking for invitations. Who else do you know
Mm-hmm.
for businesses made? Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. All right, we'll
Thanks.
see you next month. All right, anyone else want to share? My dear Laura, this is your first CEO days. What was it like?
I think the most important thing is that I'm not alone in the journey here with my thoughts, because it's easy to get lost in your head and start beating yourself up. So I'm thankful for all of you. And I did do something that did not take more than the time you allotted us. I created a Facebook post, almost finished, and I will post it as soon as we hang up. And that's something that has dogged me. It's like, why don't I just do it? How hard is it? Just do it. So I did accomplish something. So I'm really happy about that.
Amazing. Can you imagine what life would be like coming every month? So think about that. We would love to have you. And think about the membership too. So then you get the workbook and you get extra access to extra work sprint times. Like we do a mid-month work sprint. So for members too, so we get some more accountability. And it's $150 for the year. So just think about that if that's something you want to do. All right. Who else wants to share a takeaway? Did we get some good things out of the mission statement? How do we all feel about our mission?
It was helpful to kind of like talk more about like impact and who it is and just refining it a little bit better. I think for helping identify the clients that you want to have and how it's actually going to drive the growth that, and the impact that you want to have in your community.
Beautiful. Mary, did you want to add to that or add something?
Do you want my ask or do you want to wait for that?
Yeah, go ahead. Share your ask, please.
Okay, so this is where the imposter syndrome comes in, and the ask actually has nothing to do with that. So I was reached out to by somebody at the Midwest Digital Marketing Conference, and they thought I would be good to be on a panel for nonprofits called Marketing for Positive Social Impact. And the first answer was yes, and then the next thing was like running up against this solid wall of imposter syndrome. And then I talked to somebody who basically yelled at me to not do that, which is a good start. But now I want to kind of do some client research with nonprofits on what are they doing that's working? What are they doing that's not working? What are their wins? What are their struggles? So if you know any nonprofits that want to be part of a client research project, send them my way.
Rachel, who was on the call too, she's another member, so connect with her in on the group and LinkedIn. She works specifically with nonprofits, so I feel like she would be a great avenue just to even open up to that world too. So now she had to dip out at 4, but yeah, that's a good thing. And if there's any contact information you can share in the chat now for that, that'd be awesome.
She can find me in the group or find me on LinkedIn,
Okay, perfect.
where I live,
Where you live? Awesome.
when I'm not in Zoom.
Or presenting. All right, anyone else? Last comments, last questions, last celebrations, takeaways? We're here for you. I always want to hear like if this was a good one too, what else I could change, feedback, anything that you found
I
helpful.
love the book.
You love your book.
This was really good, Dana. I came away with a much more actionable first draft of the mission statement, so that's good. And I am getting ready to send out a test newsletter. And so my ask is, would it be okay by a show of hands from anybody who's here if they would like to be on that list? So that if to get a newsletter, I'd love some feedback or whatever. So
Putting it in the
you know.
chat. My
Putting it in the
email.
chat.
Perfect. You know,
I'm
And
so excited.
it's, yeah, it's called We're Expanding because I saw that sign on a restaurant that said they were expanding. I thought, well, that's what I do. Information for curious people. So
And
awesome.
I have seen a lot of really bad emails. So no matter what you throw at me, I'll be like, hey, I've seen worse.
Jeff is
Awesome.
amazing. And I've been trying to get Jeff to like pour out his brain into content marketing for years now. It's like my personal mission to do so. So I'm like, yes. And now you have an email list that started in this chat right now. You have 5 people. That's amazing. I know you have so many more people in your connections, but yes, awesome. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Last chance to share. We have an upcoming event, March 4th, 10 to 12, community building and nurturing. This is again, awesome. How do you work less and do less while your community feeds you, supports you? How do you build a thriving two-way community in and around your business? And this is important for you to be selective of where you spend your time, how you spend your time, what you're sharing in front of community, and how you're really gathering and rallying a community. My space is always in person like this. This is where I love being in community and working and co-working. So I do everything now in community and I only offer my offerings in community. So it's very important. And I want to make sure that you all come here with good, curious minds and ready to work on your business. All right, everyone, we'll see you next time. Yes, Mary.
Oh,
Yep.
I gotta go to Australia. I'll see you guys later.
Okay, bye. Have fun in Australia. All right. Love you all. Bye. Thank you.